Hey everyone, welcome back to Addie P's Real Estate Tea, where I just want to go over the September market report and kind of chop it up a bit with you all in regard to where the market is heading right now regarding real estate. Now, before I get into this video, as you always so graciously do, and I always am so thankful, please, if you like what you hear in this video, hit that thumbs up button. Also, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying some new things out. Hope it works, but I definitely want to hear from you all. So please also comment below. Let me know some things that you all may want to hear about in the future. Mortgages, interest rates. I hope to have my good friend Kwanzaa Wagner back on soon to discuss some interesting mortgage products that she has that have been taking off really well. I want to talk about some real estate investing, things of that nature. So please comment below. Let me know what you all want to hear. And also, when you subscribe, hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos on the channel. You already know. If you're watching your girl from Instagram, drop her a heart and show her some love. All right. Now, as you all have been hearing in the news now, whether it's mainstream media, whether it's YouTube videos, I will stop and kind of preface before I go any further. I am not a believer in fear. And fear mongering and pushing this narrative that, real estate is just going to crash and burn and we're just done and our gooses are cooked, just as in any kind of financial market. Markets have cycles, things change. And while as I've referenced in previous videos, our rager has cooled down. Our rager party has cooled down. It has not cooled to the point where we are just in such horrid, desperate times here. I know this is October and it's Halloween, but the market's not this scary. Right? So I just want to put that out there because some of the things that I've been reading, I'm just like, wow, like talk about really being a downer. And I also am a firm believer that even in those types of times that we have opportunity that comes to us in those times. Maybe this may be a time for you to start looking at building or expanding on a real estate portfolio. And in that case, a market that kind of takes a little bit of a turn, a downturn in that sense, may be that time for you to expand or begin that real estate portfolio. So, you got to kind of look at things in that sense. There's never, in any sense, in anything in life, there's always going to be, winners and losers sometimes. Sometimes we take L's, sometimes we have big wins, but in those L's, we learn lessons, hopefully. And I think that 2008 taught us all a lesson in real estate and in the sense of where we're going with real estate and where we're at now. And when I bring up 2008, I'm bringing it up to say that I don't think we are going to experience that cataclysmic type of crash that we experienced in 2008. I was fairly new to real estate, a couple years in. And when I say it was cataclysmic, it was. I mean, talk about deals falling apart left and right, and who was qualified maybe, a week or two before that, they were no longer qualified to purchase a home. And it definitely was devastating. But we're seeing a difference now. And a lot of that has to do with lending standards being tight and more thorough and so forth. So while it's annoying from the buyers and some of these lending standards and so forth, they are necessary to make sure that 2008 does not repeat itself. Because there is that saying, history doesn't repeat itself, but it damn sure rhymes, you know, and that does happen from time to time. But I don't think we're going to see that into that 2008 type of crash. Going back again to my previous video on the market report, I definitely think that we are entering into what 2018, 2019 was, where we did have a cooling of the market, but it was still competitive. And I will go on to say again that real estate is local. So, what goes on here may not be going on in New York or New Jersey or Virginia or California. So, you really have to know your market and you really have to trust market experts, realtors and so forth, to really give you the real on what's going on here in markets. But here in the Lehigh Valley, just a quick rundown of the stats. We are still experiencing low inventory. And some of that low inventory has to do with the fact of the escalating prices. So, if I'm a potential home seller and I'm thinking about maybe selling my home, but where am I going to go? Because now the prices have escalated so much, I may as well kind of hang out where I'm at. So, that's been part of the dilemma and part of the problem thrown into this low inventory mix. But inventory continues to be down. It was down 7.7% to 1.2 months worth of inventory. And it shrank by 15.7% in September to 790 units. That's here in the Lehigh Valley. Now, median sales price increased by 13.4%. So we're still seeing double-digit increases in median sales price. So we went up 13.4% to $250,000. So very impressive. Pending home sales have been down. A lot of the main reason for pending home sales being down is the interest rate. The interest rates have gone up, and they're talking about a potential hike again by the end of this year. So that's something that is throwing some buyers out of the market. What you may have been able to afford 3 months ago, now you may not be able to afford as much house. Your interest rate may be at or very close to 7%. So those are some big factors to take into account, therefore really crushing housing affordability. And I think I've discussed this in my previous videos, how housing affordability, in particular here in the Lehigh Valley, has really become tight and stringent, mainly because of the way the real estate market has been, and just like in general with inflation, just like you pay more with groceries and you pay more with gas at the pump, you're going to pay more for a house. It's just that simple. All right. So as far as borrowing money, like I said, NAR put out some information and said that the cost of borrowing is continuing to climb. We see that mortgage interest rates have topped 6% for September, and that's the first time since 2008. So we're seeing, again, some things that are similar to 2008, but again, don't envision that cataclysmic crash, of the mortgage industry crashing, burning type thing. I think that we are going to continue to see high prices here to stay. And that's, again, just a part of what's going on. Now, if wage growth grew, then we'd be in good shape. But that's where our problem lies a lot of time, is wage growth. The wage growth has not kept up with inflation. So, and as far as NAR, there was another tidbit of information that they put out saying that monthly payments have increased by 55% higher than they were a year ago. So 55% higher of a mortgage rate. That's a lot. That's a big hike. So, again, you have to evaluate and assess your own personal situation. If now is not the time for you to buy, and you say, hey, I need to save up some more money, maybe get myself in a better credit situation, because by now, if you already don't know, the better your credit score is, the better chances are you'll get offered a better rate. Better rate equates to better payment. So that may be a thing for you where you're at right now. Or, like I said, you could be saying, you know what? I've been thinking about investing in real estate. I've been thinking about entering into the landlording business and adding that on and creating a real estate portfolio or adding on to whatever I have. Or, hey, you know what? We're thinking about downsizing and moving to another area of the country. So we are going to list our home. Let me tell you, again, with inventory being down, it is still a great time to list your home. So don't buy into the narrative of, oh my goodness, things are cooling off. This isn't going to happen. Seasonally, we are in the fall time of the year. So you're going to see a little bit of slower time. And in fact, most industry experts are predicting, you know, um, a little bit more days on the market. Now, I know here in the Lehigh Valley, that was 17 days in September. The average home sat on the market, which is great. It's under 20 days, under a month, And at this time, I advise most sellers that your home may be on the market for 30 days. 30 days is not a long time at all. Given that a real estate transaction takes about 30 to 45, sometimes even 60 days to come to fruition and get to the closing table, depending on what's going on in the transaction. Sorry, my cat's kind of making her rounds here. Gotta watch her. But needless to say, you have to kind of, again, what circumstances are going to fit you in your situation at this time. For me, personally, from what I see, I always tend to look at the positives, and I really see great opportunities abounding here for us in the future. And unfortunately, like I said in the beginning parts of the video, some are going to lose, some are going to win. Do your best to be on the winning side of it. Prepare yourself. Figure out what your real estate needs are, whether it's investing, whether it's buying it's your first time home buying, or it's you're thinking about listing your home to sell. There's opportunity regardless. All right. Well, again, hoping to be able to bring out some more content. My next video coming up will be on some myths and busting some of those myths on Section 8. So again, if you're thinking about investing, starting your landlord journey, you'll definitely want to tune into that video. Or if you are renting and you're on Section 8, you may just want to listen in. You never know what tidbits you'll pick up. But that will be my next video. So please stay tuned. Please hit that thumbs up button. If you have already, thank you so much. Please remember to subscribe. Give me some comments below. Let's all be kind. I know I try my best to. And let me know what you think. And until the next video, you all have a blessed one. Take care.